Greetings, this is Holly Hood, aka Sister Rebecca, and life has a very strange way of, and I shouldn't say strange because actually the Lord works in mysterious ways, let me say that. So I found out that Robert Durst was arrested, and I'm doing this video because, as some of you know who have followed me over the years, I have a connection to the Durst family. And now I'm putting all the pieces together because there were some things that I knew about Robert Durst, but there were things that I didn't know. So I'm asking myself, is my connection even deeper than I thought it was? If you'll listen to my interview that I did it several places, but the latest one that I just reposted, how weird is that? I just reposted it about a week ago. It was an interview that I did in 2012 on the Corey Holcomb show. And I am talking about my connection to the Durst family. So I want you to listen to that, and then I'm going to come back. Okay? So listen to the interview, and then I'm going to put all the pieces together.
When I was working in hip-hop, by the 90s, the game was starting to change. And a lot of us who had independent companies, like myself, like Durst, like Russell, my friend who's currently in jail, Jimmy Hinchman, a lot of us had independent companies, but we were from the streets. And during the time that hip-hop was making that big transition from what it started out, which was very positive and very upward to the gangster rap and to rapping about money and cars and clothes, there was also people who were coming into the game who were not from the hood. They were not from our culture. And my experience, how I wound up writing hip-hop Illuminati, is I actually wrote it when I was in jail. I wound up getting into bed with some people who I had a really dull office space over on 42nd Street. Myself and Mad Lion had a recording studio, but I ran into a woman named Patricia Durst, who was from the billionaire Durst family, who owned what was then at the time called Durst Building. It's now called number 4 Times Square. And she wanted to get into the mix, or she was either already in the mix, I don't know, but she wound up knowing who I was and contacted me and gave me $1 million office space to do my thing. And we wound up getting in bed together on some real wicked type stuff. And I can say this much. At the same time that John Forte from the food team got taken down for the drug bust, so did I. And a lot of us were doing things that we didn't, that we thought we left in the street in order to keep our businesses that we had established from scratch. So I had Great Stop Management, which was my management company that I had KRS One and Lion and Channel Lion was under. Plus I was doing, like I said, I was doing movies and stuff. And here come these people who put something on the table and it was like, you do or you die. And I could see that people were dropping all around me. This was during the time when they had the hip-hop police were out there and people were just getting snatched up on any kind of thing. And so I did it. But what happened is when I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore, I wound up doing 10 years for drug trafficking. And during that time, I decided, you know what, I'm going to blow this whole shit up because I got caught out there, a lot of my people got caught out there. People don't know, even the whole thing with BMF, there's a whole lot more to that as well. There's a lot of stuff I cannot say.
This is a picture of Susan Berman, and she's the daughter of the late reputed mobster David Berman. Susan Berman met Robert Durst when the two were students at UCLA, and the pair, who shared the fact that both of their mothers committed suicide, remained close friends for decades until she was shot execution style in her home on December 24th in 2000. Her death came just as New York investigators, who renewed their interest in Kathy Durst's disappearance, and Kathy was the wife of Robert, were preparing to interview her about the case. Now, this fact was something that I didn't know. The whole time that I was in prison, I was not in touch with the outside world. I got sent to a federal prison in Oregon, and being from New York, that was pretty far for people to come visit me, and it was almost like I was banished to another planet, so to speak. So I didn't know what was going on in New York. And so my point is, I was sent to prison almost 20 years ago. If you do the math, I spent 10 years inside, and I came home in 2010. And that's a lot of rewinding of the tapes, especially when it comes to remembering faces. But as I look at this picture, this woman bears a striking resemblance to the woman who told me her name was Patricia Durst. And that's the same woman who gave me a free office space in return for drug trafficking and was responsible for my downfall. It was around 2000 when I was first arrested, and this is the year that they say that she was killed, at the end of that year in December 24th. This is also the time, like I said, that she was killed. But considering her mob connections, it is quite possible that I was indeed trafficking for her and not the fictional Patricia Durst. Especially now that I've done my research and I see that there are no siblings in the Durst empire who are named Patricia. So more importantly, I need to know, was her murder connected to our shady dealings? And would I have been next had I not went to prison? She was a friend and a confidant of Bobby Durst. And my free office was in the Durst property. So what do you think? Do you think Bobby let his confidant run his business affairs, and possibly he was maybe even connected to what we were doing? The plot thickens. Let me know what you think.